Now to the story of a sea monster with 130 razor-sharp teeth, the biting force of a T-Rex, and a skull measuring 2 meters. But this creature really did exist around 75 million years ago.
A mysterious sea creature was just spotted off the coast of North Carolina, and it's got a lot of people scratching their heads.
Nothing I've ever seen before, on land or in sea.
Every wave in a river opens the door to untold stories that defy fantasy. Whether it's about elusive creatures from the depths or strange encounters, get ready to see creepy creatures that were mysteriously caught, crawling out the river. A group of quad bikers were riding along Bay of Plenty Beach when they suddenly came across a scene straight out of a prehistoric thriller. What caught their attention was a huge animal carcass with its jaw and teeth still in place and parts of its body surprisingly well preserved. At first glance, it looked like the skeleton of a killer whale, but when experts chimed in, they said it was actually the skull of a crocodile, a treasure chest full of mysteries waiting to be found. Aliens in Panama. In 2014, 4 teenagers were playing by the creek when they said they saw an unknown creature. Things turned violent, and the teens say they hit the creature with rocks before throwing it back into the water and running away. Panama City, a small town, was shocked by this strange discovery that got everyone talking. Some people in the city said it looked like an alien. Some people thought it was a strange creature from the jungle, but Panama City officials were all over it trying to figure out what it was. They haven't been able to do it yet, so I guess we'll never know. The beaked. Fishermen near Jan City saw a strange animal that was unlike anything they had ever seen before. It had smooth, shiny skin and looked like a dolphin, so it seemed impossible to explain. But there was something odd about it. They were confused and even scared because it didn't have a fin. As rumors spread like wildfire, experts joined in to say that this mysterious sea creature might belong to the elusive beaked whale family, is rarely seen in the Chinese seas. These creatures gave the water a mysterious feel and reminded us that even in the ocean's vastness, there are still secrets to be found. Swollen whale. It looked like a huge balloon washed up on the beach at first. It confused everyone until they realized it was a whale carcass that was so swollen, it looked like a balloon. But why did it look that way? Well, here's the scoop. When whales move off this mortal coil, their huge bodies start churning out methane like no one's business. That's why this whale looked like it was ready to float away at any moment. You should never get too close to a dead whale. Trust me, you don't want to be there when it goes off because it's not like a normal balloon. Big fish eel. Prepare for a story that will make you think twice about judging a book by its cover. A group of men, who didn't know what they were looking for, found a strange creature that looked like something from a sci-fi nightmare and had a mouth as scary as the whispering death. The men weren't happy just staring at it, so they poked it with a stick, which made the thing very angry. So what in the world was this freaky thing? It turned out to be big turtle. On the beach, this film was taken as a huge leatherback turtle made its slow way. Going back to the water, this turtle wasn't just any shelled animal. It looked like something from a myth. The people standing next to it looked like ants in comparison, and some even whispered that it looked like the mythical creature the Ziran. But wait, did you know that leatherback turtles can get really big? I mean, this one was huge. Beast from Chernobyl. A Russian tourist was exploring the creepy remains of the Chernobyl exclusion zone when he came across a scene straight out of a horror movie. He saw a mutant fish crawling onto the sandy banks of the Pratt River and was only able to capture the moment on an old camera. The fish's teeth were distorted and bigger than its body, but the tourist wasn't scared and went up to it and poked it with a stick. In a flash, the fish twitched and disappeared back into the murky water. Cascade animal. Things got very strange when you went into the deep sea, and that's exactly what happened when an underwater camera that can be managed from afar caught a strange blob. Not even experts could figure out what this strange creature was. Some people thought it was a jellyfish, but its organs and appendages had never been seen on a jellyfish before. Others thought it might be a white placenta that had been thrown away, but strange markings threw that theory out. Still others thought it might be a fishing net, but it seemed to move on its own, and the exact location of the sighting added to the mystery. Prehistoric animal. To look at and explore was on the tranquil waters of Australia when he came across something that couldn't be explained. He saw a strange being on the surface of the water with a twisted body and a huge tail that looked like it had been pulled from the depths of time itself. Because of its uncanny appearance, people began to think it might be a river monster. I looked all over the internet but couldn't find any solid proof, so please share your thoughts in the comments. Kraken in Florida. Every wave tells a story, but sometimes the ripples hide something bigger, like a kraken below the surface. Suddenly, the toss of water made huge splashes in the water that were enough to make anyone's heart skip a beat. This is where things got interesting. The whole scene was caught on camera, but no one knew what caused those huge splashes. Some said it might be the work of the manatees that live in these waters and are loved by people in Florida. Others thought it might be something much stranger. Could it really be the famous kraken hiding under the waves? Not sure about you, but I might think twice before going for a swim after this. Very rare sea creature. As some people walked along a jetty, they saw something that looked like something out of a sea dream. Before their eyes was a technicolor sea creature gliding smoothly at the surface of the water. As they got closer, the creature shot off at lightning speed, leaving the people watching in shock and amazement. Some thought it might have been a squid. Some people thought it might be an orish, but a few quick watchers figured it out as a blanket octopus, which is famous for having females. Beautiful cape of tentacles makes me think that sea life is full of wonders. The vampire fish. A video showed a fish with 2 long teeth that looked like vampire teeth and what looked like blood stains on them. Yikes. This fish wasn't a scary monster. It was just your friendly neighborhood black triggerfish, which is also known as the red-toothed triggerfish. Despite its scary looks, this species is more at home on coral reefs than in a Transylvanian castle. It lives in warm waters from the Red Sea to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Whales work together. Let me tell you about a strange find that washed up on Green Harbor Beach. A strange creature with comb-like filaments attached to what looked like a bone or spinal column. It was very strange. At first glance, you might think it was a distorted jellyfish, but jellyfish don't have that texture. Could it be the remains of a whale's gills and lungs? What was left behind after a whale meal? Or maybe the remains of a fish that was thrown back into the water? Whatever the case, nature never stops to amaze us with its strange wonders. This shy whale. This video will make you question everything you thought you knew about whales. Something strange came out of a pond that looked like a mix between a seal, a dolphin, and a snake. Many people thought it might have been a New Zealand long thin eel, while others thought it might have been a mutant dolphin that got lost with its pod and ended up in this small pond. Who knows what other mysteries these bodies of water are hiding from us? If you have an idea, please share it with us in the comments below. strong grouper. A man in a small kayak was throwing his line into the deep blue sea when all of a sudden he felt a tug. It wasn't just any tug. It was the kind that made his heart race. He was in a fight with a 500-pound grouper, and this fish was no joke. He broke his fishing rod trying to lift this huge fish onto his boat, so he brought it ashore instead. When you see how big this grouper was, you'll understand why he couldn't even lift it up. Now that's what I call a fish story for the ages. Beast. Look at this huge monster. Big jellyfish. I've never seen anything like that before. On Norway's Arctic Esme coast, a woman was recording water voices for meditation when she came across a huge, beautiful jellyfish lying on the grass. It was like a surprise guest at a nature party, as the grass below could be seen through the jellyfish's clear body. It was like being in a dream while witnessing nature's creation. Large catch. Some young boys were fishing on the Gunch River in Nepal when all of a sudden, one of them felt tension building in the line. Something huge was on the other end, and as they waited with bated breath, they pulled it in. To their amazement, it was a monster catfish. It was so big that even experienced fishermen had trouble lifting it. They were so happy and excited that they cheered and screamed. Dangers not seen. Some people say that every cloud has a silver lining. Well, in 2022, a natural drought in Italy revealed a hidden danger below the surface of a river. What danger? An unexploded World War II bomb, ready to cause chaos. But don't worry, Italy's military swooped in like knights in shining armor and defused the 992 lb bomb, setting it off safely. It was found by fishermen near the Inn Lombardy. This bomb could have caused a lot of damage if it wasn't stopped, so thank you to the people who keep us safe.